All right, this lesson we're going to be talking about doing a materials takeoff list for our design. And so let's turn right to our design and get started. Now, when we start with our point of connection, we have shutoff valve and backflow device. We know on this particular project, our backflow device is taken care of. So we're going to list a 3/4 inch shutoff valve, one of those. Here's our automatic valves, 3/4 inch, two of those. Filter pressure regulators, two of those. Now our timer, this is a commercial design. It's no room for expansion. It's not going anywhere, anything bigger. So we've got two valves. I'm going to pick out a nice 4-station timer. It's going to be mounted indoors, so I want to make a note of that. Now let's talk about the scale. This particular drawing is 1 inch equals 20 feet. So when we start measuring our materials, we'll use a scale like this, 1 inch equals 20 feet. And there's our measurements. So for instance, this lateral that comes across here, we can see by scale, it's about, this PVC lateral is about 4 feet or so. Another tool that I like to use is a measuring wheel. And if we take a look here as we roll it down, it measures also. So once again, we take a look at that same lateral and look there, it's about 4 inches long. So now I'm going to be measuring my wire, my conduit, my schedule 42-inch PVC pipe for sleeves, and I'm also going to be measuring all my 3/4 inch pipe for my laterals, and then I'll also be measuring with my measuring wheel all of our drip tubing. So when we've measured for our sleeves, we found out that we have 20 inches times our scale. We knew we need 400 feet there. For our 3/4 inch laterals, we measured 40 inches, so we need 800 feet there. Our drip main line, we measured approximately 40 inches there, so we're going to call for 800 feet of our drip main line. Our wire and our that measured out 2 inches. That equals 40 feet. We have a 4-station timer, so I'm calling out for 5 conductor wire. That way, if we ever do decide to expand, we can. Conduit, that'll be 1/2 inch, and we'll also send out 40 feet of conduit for our signal wire. Now I'm going to go through and take a look at all the fittings that we're going to need for our actual drip tubing, our emitters, and 1/4 inch line, everything we need there. Okay, so our drip comes off of our PVC, and we're going to need some T's there. So if we remember our design, we T in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different places. So we're going to have some 8 of those. We have some 90s, so I'm going to throw in a handful of those, probably about 10 or so. Couplings, we always need to make sure we got couplings around, so I'll throw in a handful of those. Now pins, these are staples that helps hold down our drip tubing. Those come usually in a package of 100. Ends, let's take a look at our design. We have ends 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're going to call this, we're going to have about 25 of those. We're going to go to our plants list. We know that we have of our 2 gallon per hour plants, we know that we have 120 of those. And of our 1 gallon per hour drip emitters, we go to our plants list, we see we have 135. 1/4 inch tubing. Okay, let's talk about doing the takeoff for our 1/4 inch tubing. We know from our design that we have 255 total plants. If we average about 2 feet per plant, so we're looking at a little over 500 feet in drip tubing. We like to get it in 100-foot rolls. It's easy to work with. So in my design, if we have a little over 500 feet to make sure we're covered, I'm going to pencil in that we need 6 100-foot rolls of our 1/4-inch tubing. For all the different emitters, we need stakes and connectors. Those comes in packages of 100, so we'll call that 300 and 300. Now we're going to take a look at our PVC fittings for our laterals to go out. We're going to need T's for all these different junctions for breaking out, elbows for corners, 45s to get around different things. Even though if we take a look at our drawing, we don't show any 45s. In the real world, we know that we'll need a handful of those. We'll also need male adapters for our automatic valves and male and female adapters for our filters and pressure regulators. So as we take a look at that, our PVC fittings, we start off with T's. We're going to count the valves every time we branched off for our laterals. So we go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to write down 15, always to have a couple extras. As we take a look at our design, we count and go through. Looks like we need about 15 90s. We'll throw in 5 45s. Males, 2 for each valve. That's 4 plus 1 for each filter. That's 6. Female adapters. We're going to need 2 of those. We're going to need glue and probably some Teflon tape. Throw in a couple of those, and let's throw in 2 pints of your favorite glue. Now we have a list that we can take to our irrigation parts store, down to the hardware store, get your list together, and we can start building a budget. Now that we've done our materials takeoff, we're going to move on to our, we can move on to our next lesson, and see you next time.